Hey everyone, welcome to the Movie Throne. I'm your host, the one and only King Kansas, here to bring you a TV series spoiler review. Actually, unintentionally, because I thought this thing was a damn movie, because I watched it as a movie, but apparently it's a TV series. You guys can tell by the thumbnail, I'm doing Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. It's classified as season 1. There's apparently 12 episodes, which are like 10 or 12 minutes. But like I was saying earlier before, I watched it as an entire movie with subtitles at the bottom. Came out to about 2 hours and 32 minutes, guys. It came out in 2014. It was something that caught my eye, honestly, 2 years ago. I seen it on a store shelf at a local Walmart here, and I go, Street Fighter, King being the biggest fan on the face of the earth, Street Fighter. I go, looks interesting. The cover looked pretty cool. It had Ryu and Ken, a little bit younger, a little bit more realistic, but at the same time, it was cheesy. And I kind of said, you know what? Forget it. It was like 20 bucks, and I'm like, nah, I'm going to pass on it. But I'm glad I found this thing. I came across it, picked it up for like 10 bucks, and I go, I'm going to check this thing out. Well, let me give you some details, like always, guys. There might be a little bit spoilers, but not to the point that I'm going to spoil the whole thing, so you guys can check it out for yourselves, because if you guys are a fan like me, you want to check it out for yourselves. Okay, here's the synopsis, guys. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist takes place back to the formative years of the iconic characters Ryu and Ken as they live a traditional warrior's life in the secluded, backdrop of Japan. That's pretty much it, guys. It basically, guys, it's kind of like the origin story of Ryu and Ken and how they developed their powers, and about their master, origin of who taught these two iconic characters in the Street Fighter lore itself. Pretty cool. I learned a lot. His name was Goken, but pretty amazing. Actors that are involved, which some I knew, some I didn't know. Tugo Igawa plays Gogetsu. Hopefully I pronounced these right, guys. Christian Howard's Ken. Micah Mo is Ryu. Shogun plays a young Goken. Gaku Space plays Goki. He's Akuma, I'll just say that. Akira Koieyama plays Goken. Joey Ansah plays Akuma. Hunri plays Sayaka. Hopefully I pronounced that right. You got Hal Yamanouchi plays Senso. He's kind of like the assistant of their dojo sensei. And Mark Killian plays Mr. Masters, Ken's father. It's directed by Joey Ansah. So yeah, it's classified as an action, adventure, drama, fantasy, guys. It's 2.5 hours long. Came back out in 2014. Your kids can pretty much watch it, but if I had to give you my honest opinion, if you can hang through the first 20 minutes of this entire series, you're going to start to like it, okay? Because when I first started watching this, I'm like, oh no, please tell me trailers look okay. It's not going to be one of those Street Fighter, Chun-Li movie there with Kristen Crook, or the other ones with Van Damme and shit that are so cheesy you want to turn this thing off. The first 20 minutes kind of threw me off because I was expecting it to be a movie, but actually I can kind of see now it was a TV series, because that's what I thought it looked like at the beginning. I'm like, is this a movie or is this a TV show or some low budget, someone, fan project that someone put together and threw up for everybody to kind of enjoy? Because the costumes look cheesy. Ken, you could tell he was wearing a wig from the beginning. It looked that fake, but as it progresses, I guess the characters and the way they look start to grow on you. Special effects are not the greatest, but decent. It doesn't take you away from it, guys. I can tell you right now. The actors themselves who played Ken and Ryu, you buy them, I would say, midpoint. Their teacher looked kind of young. I'm like, this guy is teaching these two, and they're supposed to be a lot younger, and he's supposed to be older. No. When Akuma shows up, that looked so, like, fake. It looked so bad. Like, it was embarrassing at some points, but he kind of grows on you. But the way they explain it, phenomenal. But overall thoughts, hang in there for the first 20 minutes. And at the end of it, I enjoyed it. Like, I kept on watching. There's not one, maybe because I'm a Street Fighter fan. But if you guys are not a Street Fighter fan, I can see you guys toss this out the window right away and not watch it. But I enjoyed it at the end of it. I really didn't think I was going to enjoy it based on the first 20 minutes. But as it progressed and it got to the 2 hour mark, then I'm like, okay, I'm feeling where this is going, the vibe of it. You know, it's pretty cool how they explored the origin of Ken and Ryu and how they trained to get their powers, and their teacher, and the teacher's, their sensei's connection to, in a sense, Akuma before he was Akuma. How they were brothers. Spoiler alert, okay? There's going to be a spoiler alert in the corner of the screen anyways. That they were close. They were trying to develop their own, I guess, fighting skills and to do fireballs and dragon punches and all that. The skill they're learning is the Assassin's Fist. Let me get the proper name, guys, because I know you guys are going to be all over me if I don't mention what exactly the correct name is. It's called the Anatsuken. I can't even pronounce it. Anatsuken. I can't even pronounce it. But anyways, it's called basically the Assassin's Fist. There's two ways to harness it. The good way that you're not going to go to the dark side, and the dark side. And obviously, you can kind of see throughout the film, the first little bit, you kind of get introduced to Ken and Ryu. Then there's a good, I would say, solid hour that kind of develops into the origin of Akuma and how he happens, and the sensei and how they had the falling apart, that Akuma was starting to develop, like, I guess the evil, like the dark side, basically, as I could say, if I had to relate to anything. Star Wars, Jedi, you go one way or you go into Sith. And that's kind of how it felt with this film. Akuma started to do that. The evil powers that he was using in order to harness this, Assassin's Fist was starting to possess him. And then the sensei found out that was teaching them, ends up banishing him. And of course, there's a girl. It's kind of like a love triangle thing, that he had something for this girl and she was trying to keep him to become bad, and it didn't work out. And he gets banished, and he says, I'll be back one day, and I'll be back to claim basically where they are, the dojo temple. So he ends up honing his skills in a cave and shit. And you kind of see how the demonic aversion or spirits, or, the chi in a sense, possesses Akuma, that he ends up mastering and controlling it. And then he ends up confronting Ken and Ryu's master, which is his brother. And the only reason why, because I guess he kind of separated, because he took him back to the temple to train him, that you're ready to learn the powers, let me teach you, is what Ken and Ryu's sensei did. So they end up leaving, but he stayed away because I guess he didn't want to confront his brother, because if he confronts his brother, one of them would have to die. So he kind of prolonged that. And the reason why he ends up confronting him, spoiler alert, guys, because Ryu kind of, like, while using the fireball, he had a match between Ken and himself. And he ends up channeling, like, the evil side of him. And that kind of draws the attention of Akuma. And, of course, their sensei senses that Akuma will be coming back. And if he finds out it was really Ryu, he will go after Ryu and possess him. So then he kind of sends them off. So, okay, your training's done. Get the hell out, pretty much. By a year or so, guys. But, yeah, they came there. Ken came because he was a troubled teen. And he kind of learned the ways and kind of turned his life around through the years, and then he ends up going with his father near the end. So that's not a spoiler. Ryu was kind of like an orphan. He was found, brought to his attention, so he kind of raised him as a son. So they kind of got raised as brothers, fighting their own demons and shit. But his sensei could sense that Ryu had the inner power and that it could lead to the evil Hadu, or whatever the hell it's called. But trust me, the terminology is there. You can see it yourself. I don't want to butcher it because I can't pronounce or speak Japanese, so sue me, guys, okay? So leave your little comments in the comment section, whatever you want to say. But my God, so he ends up sending him away, and then he ends up confronting Akuma, which Akuma, holy shit, he's badass. He ends up, we don't know, it kind of like leaves it as a cliffhanger. Pretty much probably killed him. But before that, Akuma took out their original sensei. He literally got blasted in the chest, and then he goes right through. This is kind of like the teleport thing like he does in the game. Pulls it right out of him and kind of pretty much burns the shit out of him. His spirit goes and he becomes more powerful. Cool part, they had a little bit of their music from their background and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. You had comedic things, some crazy dude that was living by the river who I guess delivered Ryu to their sensei at the beginning, and he's making all these comments. Ken can't stand this guy. He goes, "You're a foreigner," and all this shit. So it's pretty cool that was jabbing at that, and he ends up doing the fireballs looked okay. Like I said, a little on the cheesy side, but not to the point that's going to take you away from the story. The flaming uppercut was pretty cool. Okay. They had to make it realistic. You can tell it was like cable work and all that crap. I'm telling you, it was a low budget thing. It wasn't like all out. If it was all out and it was what I saw, I would kind of like really bash on it. But it was okay. Like I said, it was enjoyable. It wasn't perfect, but it was okay. A couple of cheesy things when you've seen blade kicks and all that crap, but nothing to the point that it's going to take you out of it. Fireball, hurricane kick, pretty cool. Interesting to see where it's going to end up going. But like I said, the ending leaves you in a cliffhanger that it's their master against them, which I'm pretty much, that'll be the end of it. He ends up writing kind of like a journal and gives it to his assistant of the dojo to say, you know what, eventually if I'm not here and I'm whatever, give them the journal so they'll know, learn a way to defeat Akuma down the road, or perhaps to even help Ryu with him getting possessed. Because everybody knows in the video games he becomes evil Ryu, so it's going to be interesting to see where they go with it. It's been a while. I don't think there's going to be a season 2. But from what I saw, it was promising. You know, I could see where they could potentially take this, you know, get these ideas that this guy wrote and maybe do an actual movie on it, which I'm dying to see. A damn amazing Street Fighter down to the core. You know, pick 1 or 2 characters and go from there, and then explore your avenues. You don't have to do all the characters all together. Start with Ryu and Ken training, let them go their separate ways, and then just follow Ryu moving forward. Do his story, and then second we get into Ken Masters and whatever the hell else, because Ken is my boy. But that's what you got to start. Keep it simple, stupid, as they say. But my final thoughts, I enjoyed it. I don't like giving scores. If I had to recommend this for you guys to check it out or not check it out, I would tell you guys, check it out, but tolerate the first 20, 25 minutes of it. And I'm pretty sure at the end of it, you'll be happy that you wasted 2.5 hours of your time watching it at the end of the day. But choice is yours. I would say check it out. I'm not going to tell you guys don't watch it. If you're a Street Fighter fan, check it out. That's my honest opinion. So there you go, guys. That is my TV spoiler review on Street Fighter Assassin's Fist TV series Season 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out our other content right here on the Movie Throne. Like, share, and subscribe. Lots of content, you know, on our channel. There should be a Loki one coming your way, hopefully, eventually soon. And maybe one more recommendation video on my part. So until then, be the hell good. Stay off the king's throne. Follow us. Take it easy.